to me and we will answer your question. Your life will never remain the same. Just for 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to be speaking. And after that, Joanna Owhorode, my wife, she's going to give you some analysis for about 10 minutes. And we have stunning feedbacks from the streets, from the offices, from different professions about people stand for suicide.
Some questions we are going to...
Antisuicide.
Yeah, we're going to answer some questions.
Yes.
That have been taken with so many seminars that we have done.
Yes, we're going to do that.
And for about 12 years, we have waited for this wonderful opportunity to speak to the world, to come your way
privilege.
where you are.
Awesome privilege. Awesome privilege. I know what's exciting me. This is the first international online live campaign, anti-suicide and success campaign. We don't only campaign against suicide, but we also campaign for success. And you're going to find out in a minute. So these are the things that we have today. Once more, I say this to you if you're watching, if you are watching me from Facebook, if you're watching me from YouTube. From YouTube, our YouTube channel is Anti-Suicide Campaign. Our YouTube channel, just check it out. Or you can put my name, Edmonds Owhorode, and you would see all that channels out there. But you should visit Anti-Suicide Campaign. Anti-Suicide Campaign, that's YouTube. In Facebook, we're Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign. And the search name, you can say Anti-Suicide World, Anti-Suicide World Campaign. You can search it there. Invite your friend. In about a moment, things are going to be rocking here in the studio. I have in my hand a loaded information brochure. Our new updated brochure for Stop Suicide. Now, to remind you, the number to call if you need help, the number to call if you need someone to talk to, the number to call if you need me to explain anything to you, or if you want to invite us to your city, you want to invite us to your college, you want to invite us to speak to your staff, you want to invite us to speak to just a group of people that you think they need this campaign. The number to call is 974-274-3406. I'll go slowly. 974-274-3406. Because of the skip of the numbers, I'm going to repeat it the third time. 974-274-3406. Now, the number is open from morning time till about 6 in the evening. You can call and you can book us. You can invite us. And you know what? Our charges are free. You can give a free will donation for the campaign. We have lots of things that we want to do. We are looking forward to making this a TV program where people can come in and share their experience about this enemy called suicide. Are you ready to break this ice? And let's get into this business. I receive calls from people. I received calls from, just the other day, I received call from one of our wonderful friend who's writing a story on anti-suicide and success campaign. And I receive calls from people, and I speak to so many people. I speak to reverend fathers. Being a reverend, it's glorious. It's an opportunity for me to speak to reverend fathers also. And I speak to reverend fathers from the Catholic convent and from these universities, and the sisters also. Yeah. And it's just so beautiful. I speak to these people across, and it's just wonderful. How did it all start? It started one time when I came to Bangalore, 2005, honey, if I'm not mistaken. 2005 July. I was just with my wife. We were just married, and I was reading the newspaper. Wanted to see what's going on in Bangalore. Wanted to check up the news, and one after another page and after another page, I keep seeing the suicide cases occurring on the page, and I thought to myself, why is suicide cases so rampant? Why is it so much? And I asked my wife, why? She said, it is very, very rampant here, and it is sad. Then I said, the statement that is a mission for us today. I said, someone's got to do something. Someone has to do something. She said, yes. Thank God. She said, yes. Oh. Thank God, she said yes. I said, someone has to do something. She said, yes, someone has to do something. That is the push.
Beginning.
That was the beginning. I drafted out the rules and regulation of the campaign. I drafted out how it's going to be a non-religious campaign, how it's going to reach all the community, all the society, everyone from every walk of life. I drafted it out and made it, and then we started to brood on it. We started to think of it. We called our friends and we told them about it, and I said I want a publication on it. Many things. I just spoke so many things about it. That's how Anti-Suicide and Success campaign started. Why do I have such push to come? Like they would say, kick. Why do I have such kick to come to speak about suicide, to speak against such enemy of progress, such enemy of all the nations of the world, of any good thing? Suicide is an enemy. Why do I come out? Why do I speak? I speak because of 4 important reasons. Now I may speak more than 4, but these are the 4 important reasons. Number 1, I speak because people have potentials. People have potentials. People have potentials. People have potentials. People from different backgrounds. I'm not just talking about what you studied. I'm talking about what you were born with. People have potentials. Because people have potentials, their potentials are wasted when they kill themselves. And that's why we put all this truth here. All these facts, we put it here so that you can get it and you can understand how and why we do this campaign. Because people have potentials. And when people die without discovering their potentials are thrown off the drain. They are thrown to the drain. They are thrown to just waste away. None of us were created to self-destroy our lives. None of us were created to kill ourselves. None of us were created to be so frustrated to the extent that we kill ourselves. We were not created for that. You were created for greatness. You were created to accomplish great things. You were created to set and accomplish targets. You were created to bring out your potential from within you, out of you. And the entire human race will be able to receive and benefit from your potential. That's one reason I step out and I say to everyone, you are a farmer, you are a scientist, you are a musician, you are a student, you are a married woman, you are a single girl, you are a young boy. I say to you, you've got potentials. Do not self-destroy your life. Don't end your life. There's so much that is there. While I was growing up, they used to tell me why I grew up. Edmonds, where there is life, there is hope. How true that is. Where there is life, there is hope. Where there is no life, there is no hope. Don't self-destroy yourself just because someone broke your heart. Just because someone disappointed you. Don't destroy your life. You can find out someone else there that can see your potential, that can see your beauty, that can see your good looks or your good talents or whatever it may be. Because someone said no to your proposal. Someone said no to your desire to love them or to do whatever. It should not lead you to commit suicide. Your life is too precious. Relationships will come and go, but your life remains. Your life remains. Information also will come and go, but your life remains. So your life is worth protecting. The first reason we come out, the first time we've ever come live on YouTube and Facebook to share the truth about suicide, the first international live campaign, this is the reason, this is the push, this is the kick. We never knew to come this far. Thousands of people, so many thousands of people have joined the campaign and they have made a decision never to commit suicide. That's what I want to get from you today. I want to get you to decide, to make a decision, to make a fence in your mind, in your soul, to make a fence in your mind, to make a fence that I will never come to the point where I will self-destroy my life. I don't have that authority, number one. And number two, my potentials are at stake when I destroy my life. So that's the first reason, potentials. Potential is the first reason why we go out. We go out, we say it. The second reason is also embedded in potential is intelligence. I discovered in our laboratory recently that everything that is living is intelligent. Plants are intelligent, man is intelligent, and as well as animals are intelligent. Why do you say so, speak? I'm going to tell you. If you see a dog and you chase a dog and you hit the dog and you try to kill the dog, you will find out that the dog will protect itself. We call that basic instinct, but actually it is a intelligence. The dog could know that life is no more with you, and the dog has to protect itself. If dog can protect itself, then we can protect ourselves from suicide. Also, I see plants. When a plant is growing and you put a big block, stick, wood to obstruct the growth direction of the plant, I see that the plant would detect it without eyes. The plant would detect it without brains. The plant would detect that obstruction, that wood, that stone, that block, whatever you put to obstruct its growth. The plant would detect it and the plant will grow the opposite direction. Plant has the basic instincts of survival. Plants know within them that they have to survive. I discovered this. When plants know within them, because they're created with intelligence, they can exhale and they can inhale. You see, because they're created with this intelligence, they can detect, they can know. And intelligence actually means when we're automatic, when we are alert. That's what it means. And the plant is automatic and the plant is alert. Now I've talked to you about the animal and I've spoken to you about the plant. Now let's come to the man. Man, this complex human being with complex brains. The plant doesn't have brains. The animal sure does have brain, but not like ours. Now the scientists have discovered that the human brain has millions of years capacity of storing space. The scientist has discovered that the human brain works at its best when it works and functions in love. How important this is. I wish I can say this to everyone in the world. The human brain works at its best when it works in love. What love? Some of us out there, especially young people, could be aged people also, we may have misunderstood what love is. Love is not attached to movies, and love is not attached to just being a boyfriend of someone or a girlfriend of someone. Love is a life. The scientists discovered that when we live a love life, what is a love life? A love life is a life which we were originally created to live by. What kind of life is that? A life without anger? A life without irritation? A life without black book, where you keep the names of people who have offended you, the names of childhood friends, the way they castigated you, the way they relegated you, the way they disrespect you and humiliated you. And so you keep all their names, and even the one you love, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, whatever it is, their names comes into that black book and get out into the black book and come back again. That black book is not what your brain was created to keep. Your brain was created to keep memories that grow trees in your mind, that secrete good chemicals in your body, that help boost your immunity. When you keep a black book, when you keep memory of things that have hurt you, it grows malfunction trees in your mind, and that trees secrete harmful toxic chemicals in your body and develops into all types of illnesses, etc. Choose the way you want to live. Scientists discovered our brains as 7 portions. And these 7 portions, they assimilate and they use information differently. And when you assimilate and use information differently, you cannot force everybody to think the same way. This is where the individual uniqueness is focused upon. You should know one thing. You are so unique that there is no other type like you. Many people have in their mind the words that their mother, friend, colleagues, classmates, etc. have spoken about them. They've told them they are not beautiful. They told them they have a bad nose. They told them they have thin legs. They told them their complexion is dark. They've told them they have represented their self-image with a negative comment. And that comment was registered by these ones. Some of you are listening to me and watching me. That comment was registered by them, and they kept it in their hearts and they meditate upon it. What I mean by that is they rethink, they give it deep thought of a negative comment. Don't waste your brain capacity to give deep thoughts to negative comments. There are frank negative comments that we have to look upon and change. But negative comments that talks about our shape, our color, our beauty, our looks, don't accept that. They want to put you in a basket of limitation. Many of you are not bold because your complexion is not light complexion. Many of you are not bold because you think you are not beautiful. Right now, in this first international live anti-suicide and success campaign, I say to you, you are beautiful. I say to you, you are lovely. If you are dark, I say you are dark and lovely. If you are thin, I say you are beautifully thin. If you're fat, I said you're just a fat, round, beautiful ball. Whatever shape you may be, accept yourself as it is and step out from that and do something better with your life. So the first thing, potentials. And potentials, next thing is intelligence. All this I discovered. When a man kills himself, the potential, the intelligence is thrown down the drain. Waste. I'm not a waste. You are not a waste. 9 months your mother carried you. 9 months your mother carried you. Well, some of you may be premature birth. Your mother would have carried you less, but she carried you. They expected you, and you came. You're unique. You're wonderfully made. You have potentials inside of you. Don't destroy your life. Don't kill yourself. You are created for a purpose. Second point, I'm still on second point, intelligence. I normally call people out in my seminar and I ask them, and that I want to ask you. The human body is created in such a way that it has great intelligence. When we want to go to the toilet, we just know. When we want to blink our eyes, it just happens. When we want to do something, it just happens. It just like this. It happens just like this. Now, you know your computer as the most complex machine. We got one recently. The most complex machine for a computer would ask you always, do you want to shut down? It's not as intelligent as man. Your brain doesn't ask you, do you want to go to the toilet? Okay, wait, let's process it in 1 minute and then process it. Your brain doesn't ask you, do you want to pollute the air? Okay, wait, let's process it. Your pollution is coming in 1 second. It's coming. It doesn't work like that. Your brains are created with awesome capacity. Your brain is created with so much capacity. I say to you, the second reason why I come to everyone every time to tell them not to destroy their lives, it's because the brain has an awesome capacity. The brain has a great capacity. Why you tie your neck on that fan, why you put rope or you take tablets or you take poison, you're stopping the awesome capacity of that brain abruptly. You don't have the right. You don't have the right. Your brain has so much capacity. You are intelligent. Many lecturers won't tell you this because they will rate you based on a syllabus, a small syllabus they will teach you for just 5 years or 7 years or 3 years. They rate your entire capacity of your brain to that small syllabus. I excuse them. You have to excuse them. Any educational institution, anybody, any government, anyone that says this capacity, awesome, complex capacity of the brain is a failure. any organization that label and certify you as failure is a great failure. What we don't know, we call names. What we know, we are drunk with it. I say to you, your brain has awesome capacity. You should not lose that. You should not lose that. Intelligence. Everything living is intelligent. And intelligent creatures do not destroy their lives themselves. That will be the worst use of intelligence. This hour, I'm saying to you, my listeners, viewers, do not think of destroying your life. Your life has too much value to be destroyed. The next 2 points I've given you. 1, potential. 2, intelligence. The third one I will speak to you about is success. Anyone who's successful would not want to die. If your success is bringing you to death, then that success we need to ask how you became successful with that kind of success. Because every success inspires people to live. With this intelligence inside of you, you can learn. You can get into a systematic learning. Like the teachers in the schools, like the teachers in the university. Like you do a course, like you do a computer course, like you do any course. You can get into an organized way of learning. You can bring your brain under that condition. You can use the capacity of your brain and become success. It's not enough to keep your life, but you have to live a life of success. Let success be your drive. The best way to revenge, if you ever think of revenging, is to be more successful than the people who put you down. It's not to speak against them. It's not to set some rowdies and some gangsters to go and attack them. You are multiplying the negative effect which they started on you. The best way to revenge, if you have to revenge, is to be more successful than the people who put you down, than the people who spoke about you and say you are not going to be anything. Success, success. Everything created, success is in them like a seed. I tell the people every time I share these facts in our seminar, the seed, the mango seed. Imagine a mango seed in my hand. That mango seed has in it success. That means potential. I go back again to the first point. Now the first and this third point is connected. Success. Success. What success is in mango seed? The ability to become a plant is success. The biological ability to become a plant in the mango seed is success. When you put the mango seed in the right environment, you see that? You see that? When you put the mango seed in the right environment, the mango seed will germinate. And when the mango seed germinates, it becomes a plant. And that plant germinates and becomes a bigger plant, and then becomes a little more bigger plant, and then grows a little bigger, and then becomes a tree. When it becomes a tree, it comes to a point where it buds flowers. And it comes to a point where now it wants to reproduce that same seed that it was in the first place. It wants to reproduce that seed. And it will reproduce that seed in fruit form. And so mango seed has success in it in potential form of being a plant. And from being a plant to be a tree, and from being a tree to become a tree that has fruits of mango and has mango seeds in them, that has success of being a plant, that will become a tree, that will bring fruits, that will have seeds in them, that has success of being a plant, that will become a tree, that will bear fruit, and just like that. One mango seed has the capacity to become a forest. This is success. This is what I come out to say to you. not where they have put you, the box your husband has put you, the society has put you, divorce has put you, situation your friends have thrown you away. You are not that shape. You are a success. Look at the mango seed. Use your imagination. Look at the mango seed. You see yourself, your own story in the mango seed. When you were born as a baby, every one of us, it's a cruel world we're born into, and we cried. Whether you were born by a prince, you will cry. Whether you were born by a king, you will cry. Whether you were born by the most humble, loving person on earth, when you were born into this world, you will cry. Why? World is cruel. Mango seed. When you were born as a child, you were like that mango seed. You look helpless, but success was in you. And your parents raised you. Your parents gave you a direction to go, what to do, what not to do. Yet many of us did what we have to do. And that's why we're in certain situations right now. But encourage yourself. This is not the end of your life. Don't give up. Like the mango seed, success is wrapped up in your spirit. Success is wrapped up in your soul. Success is wrapped up in your body. Success is wrapped up in your mind. Just learn how to bring it out. Put the mango seed in the right environment, a plant comes out. You look at the mango seed and all day just look at it and complain, oh, just a mango seed I got. I wish I could get a mango fruit. You can complain all day and it will not change. Put it in the right environment. As I'm speaking to you, this hour you are under the right environment. And your mind is getting cleansed and your mind is getting renewed with this information that you are getting. And as you make the right decision, I will read your story in the newspaper. Your friends will read your story in the newspaper. We will see your success because the mango seed is just like that. The third reason I go, success, success. We were born with success. Many do not know how to bring it out. Many don't know how to let it out, so they think they are not successful. No, you are a mango seed that is in the wrong environment. Put that seed in the right environment. A plant comes out. In a few days, a plant comes out. A plant comes out. Keep the right friends. Be in the right environment, and your plant of your success will come out. The third reason, success, success, success. And I come to the last reason. The very last reason that takes me all around the world. Today, this moment, I'm in the Philippines. This moment, I'm in UAE. This moment, I'm in the United States. This moment, I'm in all the states of India. This moment, through the awesome privilege that we have through science and technology and Facebook and YouTube, I'm able to reach out to the world to speak the facts and the truths of what you have and carry inside of you. Your family may not know because they did not know. They have labeled you not to be good and not to look good, and nothing will come out of you. Something will come out of you. Before I say the last point, I remember a story of a late Dr. Miles Monroe. He is a man, young boy, born in the island of the Bahamas. And he has this teacher that always terrifies him. The teacher always speaks to him because he has like my color, somewhat like my color. The teacher, Mr. Robinson, always terrifies him. Monroe, you failed again. And he'll spin his book on the floor. And every other person, he'll call their name with respect. John, Sundar, Shustrita, whatever the name is, and call their name with respect. But only Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe, you failed again. Black monkey. He called him a black monkey. He disdained him. He disrespected him. Teachers shouldn't be like that. If you're listening to me and you're a teacher, don't be like Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson told late Dr. Miles Monroe, he said, nothing good will come out of you. You're a black monkey. Change your school. spin the book on the floor. Many schools today, as I'm telling you, they are certifying children as failures. Don't mind them. Excuse their ignorance. Pay attention to me. You are not a failure. You are a success born from your mother's womb. It's just that you've not learned how to bring out the success. And I'm helping you. And many others will help you also. Miles Monroe cried from school, went to meet his mother. Mother, why didn't you tell me I'm a black monkey? Mother says, son, I didn't give birth to a black monkey. Who said you're a black monkey? Mr. Robinson said I'm a black monkey, ma. Mr. Robinson said I'm a black monkey. Mother wiped her tears and said, son, you're not a black monkey. You are created for a purpose. Mother spoke to him very well. Mother told him, go and study. Mother gave him important secrets for success. Gave it in his hands and said, go and study. You can do it, son. And son wiped his tears and went and started to study. From failure, son got a D. From a D, son got a C. And from a C, son got a B. Now Mr. Robinson couldn't spin his book on the floor anymore. Miles Monroe, yes, sir. Here is your book. Keep it up, keep it up. You are improving. Ho, ho, ho. Where was this success? It was right in late Dr. Miles Monroe as a child. It was there when Mr. Robinson was spinning his book on the floor and speaking bad about him and calling him a black monkey. Nothing will come out of you. You are a failure. When Mr. Robinson was saying those words, success was wrapped in late Dr. Miles Monroe inside of him like the mango seed. So through the help of Dr. Miles Monroe's mother, great respect, Dr. Miles Monroe could bring out success. Now from a B, he got an A. From an A, he got distinction and was number one in his high school and was number one in his college. Now when he was passing out of high school, he looked at Mr. Robinson because they gave him a plaque. They gave him a honor as the best student ever. So he took that honor. And he said, when he was about to give his speech, he said to the people, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say this day that this award does not belong to me. And everyone was thinking, what happened? We thought Miles Monroe wrote the exams. What happened? He's saying it doesn't belong to him. There was so much talking. And he said, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It belongs to my teacher. It belongs to my lecturer, Mr. Robinson. He said I'm a black monkey and nothing will come out of me. This belongs to Mr. Robinson. Everybody got the point. And they started clapping for Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson was cleaning his tears and was laughing and cleaning his tears. And this is the way you can revenge the people who put you down. You don't kick their head. You don't set up gangsters and rowdies to go affect them. No, you become successful. You challenge yourself. You quit yourself. You push yourself. You burn the candle in the night. You go to the library. You buy the books. You put yourself in the study. You listen to men like me. You listen to people who lift you up. Not people who say your head is like unripe mango and your legs are like broom and this and that and speak all sorts of things because of your looks. No. He gave the award to Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson was crying. Few years later, that particular college made him a lecturer in the same college. Now, from a student, he is now sharing a staff office with Mr. Robinson. And he will just come in the morning. And Mr. Robinson was sitting there the first day he will be resuming to work, and he walked right in front of Mr. Robinson and said, good morning, Mr. Robinson. I am now a lecturer in this college. The black monkey, the one that nothing good will come out of. That's how to give a revenge to people who put you down, to be more successful. That's how to have the last say in arguments. It didn't stop there. And they taught together, and the government of the island of Bahamas made him an ambassador. And many years later, he was in one of his seminar, just like as I'm in webinar right now. He was in one of his seminar, and he was giving a talk. And after the seminar, his books were there, printed in millions of copies, and he was autographing the books for the attendants. For those who attended the seminar, was autographing the books, and he'll autograph, and then he said next, and then he'll autograph, and then he said next. And there is this man with a walking stick, a very old man, walked very carefully to him and says, please, can you kindly autograph my copy? And he said, my pleasure. And he autographed it and gave it and said, next. When he said next, the man wouldn't move, but the man was crying. Then late Dr. Miles Monroe lifted up his head and said, I have to attend to many other people. There's a long queue. Can you please move? He said, I am Mr. Robinson. When he said, I'm Mr. Robinson, Dr. Miles Monroe dropped his pen and hugged him and said, thank you for calling me a black monkey. I've come this far with such a challenge. Can you see those words that people speak to you as a springboard for your success? Or you just turn around and wet your pillow with your tears? No. Embrace their curse. Embrace their lies. Embrace those things they've spoken and say to yourself, I am not it. I will show who I am. Many years have come and gone. His books are best-selling books around the world. Dr. Miles Monroe, late Dr. Miles Monroe. That's a wonderful story. The last point is the richest place on earth. Where is the richest place on earth? I ask my students and everyone who attend my seminar, and many of them tell me it's Dubai. I say thank you. Some say it's the rich oil fields of Kuwait. I say thank you. Some say it's my home. I said good. Some say it's my mother. I said you love your mother very much. Some say it's my heart. I can picture those students who gave me such response. It's my heart. Where is the richest place on the earth? Let me start with my mentality. I used to think the richest place on the earth are developed countries. So I had a dream that I'm going to go and be in one of these developed countries. And that's America. That I want to be in America. I want to raise my children in the American society. I want to send them to school in the American society. I want them to be like this. I want them to be like that. I had that vision. Why? Because I had a wrong concept, thinking the richest place on the earth is developed countries. Some of you may be thinking like that, but you will be changed. Your mindset will change at the close in about 6 minutes. And I figured out after a while that no, it's not, because there are other countries developing. They're coming up. Then I thought, no. Then I came to another thought that the most knowledgeable person, the most knowledgeable country, the most knowledgeable body is the richest on earth. Then I saw broke professors. I saw professors who are broke. I saw professors who died drunkards. I saw scientists that are not discovered. Then I knew it was not knowledge. It is not developed countries. Exchange rate, Many of you always run to this country, that country because of the exchange rate. I discovered that is not. I learned The graveyard is the richest place on earth. Yes, the way it shocked you, that is the way it shocked me the first time I learned. I thought, how could graveyard be the richest place on the earth? Because the graveyard contained the dead bones and body and dust and ashes of great people who were never discovered, of great people who were never known, great actors who never acted any movie, great writers who wrote no book, great businessmen who did no business, great engineers who invented no engines and no inventions, great singers who released no album, great politicians who ruled no one, who exhibited nothing. Why? They died, and all those ideas and all those abilities went into the grave just like water. Don't increase the wealth of the graveyard. It's not worth it. We cannot take the ideas from these people anymore. They died with it. It's become ashes. It's become sand. It's become nothing. They have these potentials in them, but it became nothing. I leave you with few questions. If your mother had committed suicide, where would you have been today? Nowhere. Nowhere. If the freedom fighters around the world has committed suicide, if they committed suicide, where will their freedom, the freedom they achieve for the nation, where would it be? Men like Mahatma Gandhi. I'm in India. This is streamed live from Bangalore, India, to the entire world. I'm in India. If Mahatma Gandhi committed suicide and the leaders who stood with him and gave talks and peace protests to gain freedom of the great nation and one of the largest democracies in the world, India, where will India be today? If Mother Teresa committed suicide, where will all the benefit and the institutions that are all here in India, where would it have been? If scientists, Michael Faraday, Shakespeare, writers, literature writer, if they all committed suicide, what would have happened to the literatures? What would have happened to the light? Today I would not be able to come to you through the internet because no electricity. Electricity would have been suicided also. People, ideas will die with them if they self-destroy their lives. Our appeal to you is this: don't destroy your life. Decide to live a successful life. Thank you for giving me your audience. Send us your feedback. Send us your comments. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, my dear. Are you ready?
Yeah, it's very interesting seminar that we had. Right now, it's very important for individuals to understand their identity. You must understand your identity.
Yes.
So you have to believe in yourself that you are full of potentials. Man, not naturally, based on a set, standard.
Yes.
There is a set standard in the society, and according to that set standard, man discriminates himself, whether he's above that or he's below that set standard. So what is the right set standard that a man should have? So important for him to understand. So all these things that you taught them, I think it's very important for them to understand their set standard. I have discovered that when we develop a strong mindset, in developing a strong mindset, there are two kinds of set standards that we have. One is our acquired set standard and the other one is influence set standard. And the acquired set standard normally comes from the natural home where you've given birth to you, where you're born from. When you're born naturally, your observation as you're being raised in your home circle, your parents, your siblings, relatives and family members, you watch, you observe, and you take things inside. So it is acquired, and some characteristics also comes with the genes inside of you.
Yes.
So these are the set standard that you have acquired already inside. It's like a cup of water where already there is something inside. That's an acquired set standard. Fine. But can we change this? Just with few minutes of this seminar, can we change this? In some seminars in colleges, students used to ask us, how can you assure that you can change someone's mindset with just 30 minutes of a class? So can we change? So it's a small analytical question that if you can answer them, because many out there who is watching may have this question, suicide, can we stop suicide in just few minutes?
Yes, we can.
How can you and how can we change this?
Give me one moment, give me 1 minute to explain to them. Everything that we do out of the information that we have in our mind. The information you have in your mind is very key factor for making decisions. The information we are bringing to you now is something a little different from what you might have discovered about yourself for some of you, while some others may be completely different. Now, how is it possible for just a few 35-40 minutes webinar can change my mind? I'm going to tell you how it's going to change your mind. First of all, you don't need to be a professional to respond to help when there is need. You just need to see the need. Now, I don't need to be a professional to feel pain and to feel depressed. So long as you have human life, you will feel pain and you will feel depressed. I told you the world is a hurting world. You have to choose your path. The information you allow into your mind will affect your decision, will affect how you decide about your life, how you see your life. So information you allow into your mind will affect your decision, and your decision will affect suicidal tendency. I told you earlier on, make a decision during this 1 hour webinar. Never to commit suicide. I will beg everyone who's watching now and those who shall watch this live international anti-suicide and success campaign, put there, if you have not, some of you may have decided but you have not said it out, it's okay for the world to see. Put it there in the page. I will never self-destroy my life, or I will never commit suicide. Put it there and send it to us. It's very important. It means you are deciding. It means the information has affected your mind. And now your mind is affecting your decision, and your decision will affect suicidal tendency.
Can you give a small analysis to the audience out there who are watching, how they can be changed with these words that are coming to them?
Accept it. Say yes to it. Accept it. Understand it. Say yes to it. We were in one college where a wonderful girl, she was very she was very set, and she was thinking, well, what's this? Actually, we went to one of the college. You have to hear this. I wasn't touched by it, but I should tell you. We went to one of the college, honey, and while one of our representatives was talking to the one in charge, I think it's a sister, to the one in charge, while the representative was talking, you know what they asked? They said, okay, who's the speaker? So our representative said, Edmonds Owhorode. He said, this name sound foreign. He said, yes, he's an African. Then she asked, can he speak English? Now, people may have the notion that Africans do not know English, but maybe you have the old African updates. Maybe you have the old history of Africa. You need to understand. Now, why I made that comment is, she don't even believe that an African can speak English. The same way some don't believe right there, right now.
They are not informed.
They don't believe right now that 35 minutes, 40 minutes can change the mind of someone. You must be kidding. That man talking out there, I'm not kidding at all. We have seen it change. This girl in this campaign, she was, very set, and she was very antagonistic. She wants to see what these people are going to say. First of all, the one who's in charge of a college gave us an embarrassment, which we consider not to be an embarrassment, because when people don't know, they are bound with the information that they have. When you don't know, you are bound with the information that you have.
Yeah.
But I bring a bigger, better information that frees you from the limitation of the information that you have.
I remember you asked a question to a student, do you love someone? It was an analytical question.
Yes, I was about to get there.
To prove this point, and
Yes.
you asked a question, do you love someone?
What did she
And
say?
she responded, and she was so embarrassed, and she
Yes.
said, no, I'm not in love with someone.
She said, I don't love.
I don't love.
Yes, she didn't say I'm not in love. She said, I don't love someone.
And then you proved to her that you can change that her mindset
Yes.
with these few words
Yes.
that we are imputing into people's
Yes,
life.
actually, I was standing and I said to her, okay, I'll prove to you right now, I said, that you love someone. Everyone went into laughter. Probably they thought I was going to pull out a name, Vijay, and then, and expose her or something. No. I said, do you love your mother? She said, of course. I said, so you love someone? She said, yes, I love someone. And then here we have the other girl who was very antagonistic, and she found out that this girl said at the beginning she doesn't love anyone. Suddenly she figured out that now she loves someone. Now she came to herself.
It is actually the concept of the understanding.
A concept of love.
Yeah.
The concept that they were thinking, I was talking about relationship with a boy, and many other things. That wasn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how we're created to be, to love one another, to live for one another, to live a life, a positive life. So that was how that girl came to change. And she said, and subsequently, we will be having more of these campaigns online. Subsequently, we will play this particular incident. We'll play it for you.
Yeah.
We'll play it for you.
Yeah. I believe people
Video.
who stop their life, or who try to commit suicide, or who have the thoughts of those suicidal tendency, I believe they have problem with the mindset, a box mindset. There is limitations. So when there is limitations, and I'm going to explain to how these limitations come, and I'm also going to help our audience to understand if you have suicidal tendency, because today you may not be sure if you have the tendency, but asking few questions may
Through
help
the analysis.
you understand if you have a suicidal tendency. So I like to help people to bring you out of that smaller box mindset, because we see life in a small angle. All of us can sit together here and see some object here in different angles, but we need information circulated for us to understand the whole picture of something. But if we are seeing in one side and refuse to accept the information given all around that object, that means our mind will be limited. When our mind is limited, we cannot have self-confidence,
Yes.
we cannot be bold, and we cannot face life boldly, and we cannot be in a place to answer our life situation and problems. So that can contribute to our tendency of failure. And when you have the tendency of failure, you would choose to lose your life, because you may think there's no hope, there's nothing else to live for. So that's why they can choose it. So I'm here to really make you understand about your mindset, and to change your mindset. Like earlier on, I was telling that there are two kinds of mindset. The mindset is, one is acquired and one is influenced mindset. But before I get into that, I already said acquired mindset comes from where you are, your set standard that is set from
Already
your family.
made.
Your family members put it there.
Yes.
Some characters, they put it there. Some family, the parents may be so bold and a child will be very bold. Some family, they are so timid and so quiet and calm, and the whole family members would be that way. They have acquired it. But before I get into what is influenced, how society influences, how education influences education system, and how culture influences, and how your media, your what do you call it as, the
Movies,
different worlds,
industry,
different world, music, and all these things, how
Entertainment.
entertainment industry, how they make an impact. it will be very surprising for us to know, because if I go back to about, let me say, 50 to 60 years back, the suicidal tendency of human beings were not as high as today. Is it true?
It is true.
The
It is true.
percentage,
It is true.
when you get to study the percentage of people that were committing suicide that are man today is more vast.
Yes.
And yet the world is so fast, and high technology and high standard of living and high competition, and you can see how suicidal tendencies are more today than yesterday. But those years it was very different. Like when I visited Nigeria for the first time, when I got married, when I went there, it was really surprising to me. And that time I really put myself to analyze what was the cause of suicide in this side of this country, in this part of the world. In this part of the world, especially this nation, India, suicide is so much. The population of suicidal tendency is so much, and I tell you, it comes from the mindset.
Yes.
When I traveled to Nigeria, and when I looked into other nations, and I had the opportunity to see people, relate with them, I saw these things. When I talk about suicide, it was really something, a strange thing for them. I heard some people give feedback to me in that country. Come on, why do you have to lose your life over a small petty matter?
Yes.
And that's what they asked me, when I say stories about suicide in this nation. Then I understood that
The mindset.
Standard about the mindset was the factor.
Yes.
I'm pulling this out. So I saw this, when you make up your mind, really all things are possible.
Yes.
Nothing is impossible to a person who sets their mind.
Yes.
It is when you set your mind, you go after your success.
Yes.
I like your mind.
Yes, I like the point you made, Joanna. I like the point you made. You said, set your mind. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Please, sorry to interrupt you. It's amazing.
So it's very important for us to set our mindset. Now, I want to make a small analysis of you as we are continuing. Those many of you are watching. Why don't you just fold your hands and sit down and watch whatever we are sharing, because soon it is just an interesting analysis that I would just go through it with you, participating with me. Just put your hands, cross your hands, and just watch the seminar wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Just be that way, and I'm going to continue my talk, because it's very important for us to apply mentality of change. Is very important. Do you believe in yourself? For example, when a task comes to you, right there in your office, right there in your school, right there in your college, right there at home, when a greater task comes to you and anybody asks you, can you do this? Hello sister, hello brother, can you do this? When they ask you, what is your immediate response that you normally give 90% of the times? Is it positive or it's negative? If you give a positive answer, no matter what kind of a task it is, if you say, yes, I can, or if you say, yes, I can try that, I may be able to do, let me see, or teach me, I would be able to do. If you have these kind of mindset, you are a strong-minded person, and you would not think of an option of committing suicide when you are faced up with greater tasks. Because suicide always, these tendencies and negative thoughts continuously come because you train yourself. One train themselves to end up in that kind of a day. It's a training. It's a training. It's a training for your everyday graph of your mindset. That's where it comes from. So it's important for you to develop a positive, strong mindset.
Yes.
Right? Positive, strong. So you must believe in yourself, to have confidence in you, and to exercise and train yourself to say yes to do certain tasks. Take the risk, learn something, and try to do it. You can do it, and it is possible.
Yes.
It's not that just that he already explained to you in this seminar what intelligence exactly means. Intelligence is something that is within you. Intelligence is not what your textbook says, and if you are 100% with your textbook and you get 100% or 70% or whatever
that
percentage,
is correctness,
we
not
don't say
intelligence.
intelligent. We cannot categorize a human being created so wonderfully, a masterpiece. having so much of potential and capacity, we cannot categorize them to have these grades. I really think we really need to work out on the education system of this world.
Yes.
Because education system of the world, it is helping people, but I see on the other part, it's not really bringing up the full potential in individuals, full potential in students and children, because at that age, for us, education system, just as you're growing, you have so many interests, desires, talents are stored in them. But when a system says this is the standard, either you go up, or if you're down, you cannot do it. And they categorize you, you look at that, and the man just becomes like robots. Yes. Like a software that is programmed. Yes. Come on, we are not programmed software robots. We are beyond that. We are far above that.
Yes.
Because people have proven in their life, when they pull out themselves, when they expose out and come out with the potential and talent that is inside of them, they come out, they bring out the excellence from within themselves. So, as I said, now earlier on I said, you cross your hands and sit down. How many of you are remaining crossing your hands and sitting out there? How many of you are remaining crossing your hands and sitting out there? You can put the comment here. So
yes, we'll be able to see.
I can see your
We'll be able to see if you put your comment.
So I tell you, if you are struggling, you lost your patience, you were impatient, you couldn't concentrate, or you are something like that, I tell you, you have a little weak mind and you need to really train yourself, because I like training people and I like telling you to train yourself. It's very important. When you train yourself, you're setting your mind a certain way.
Mary Samuel said she did.
You did, and that's wonderful. That means you are a person who sets your mind and you can accomplish something.
Kiran said myself.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So those many of you, congratulations if you have set. I think you are a strong-minded person and suicide will not come your way. But train, develop it, keep going on, develop it for greater tasks, and all things are possible with you. So now that is coming to change. It is possible, you can change. Some people are so stubborn and so set that they don't want to change, they don't like to change. These are the kind of people, when situation and challenges in life comes, in financial areas, in career, job, many things, when it comes, what happened, it is we that set in our heart, this is what I want, and I don't want to change. So when we set in our heart, this is what I want, and life now gives you something below that, you are not able to accept it, you break down, and that's when you decide to take your life. That's selfishness.
It is.
It's really selfishness, because you want to live out only for what you think is right. You want to live out a life only for yourself. And that's why I say suicide is a selfish act. Because what if you just got a phone call right now, and what if your mother committed suicide?
Okay, just sorry, you pick up from there. Juliet Osio said her hands are crossed, and Vasha Surya says thank you, ma'am. Okay, now I just wanted you to tell those who are crossing their hands they can be free now. That's why I get.
Sorry, we are finished with it, because I've given you the answer for that, your analysis for you. You have a strong mindset and continue this training yourself to make yourself more better, no matter how the life situation and circumstance comes. So don't be weak. So changing yourself is easy for you. That's what I want to say. Because I'm speaking about change.
Yes, you can pick up from the thought. The call comes. The call comes that the mother.
Yeah, what if you got a call right now and said that your mom committed suicide? How do you feel? It's such a heartbreaking thing, to hear that your mom committed suicide. How do you feel that? Because many of us, sometimes in our situation, maybe you loved a man or you loved a woman, and something happened, he rejected you, and you're so downtrodden, you're so broken, you feel the whole world is off, blacked out. If you're thinking like that, and you never thought about your mother, you never thought about your dad, you never thought about your loved ones, your friends, so many people, through who your life can be benefited, and who need your life into them, in their life, You did not think of all these people, but you just thought about only yourself, and the person. You just thought about yourself because someone was loving you and now the person rejected you, and because of that you want to lose a whole big life. That whole big life, that can be something important to so many of them. That's why I asked this question. So what if your mom committed suicide? Before you would make the decision, how would you feel? So thinking of committing suicide is a selfish, timid act that is not worth.
It's unbelievable
not
for
worth
people to
it.
discover that it's selfish.
Yeah. Also know that people, you may have questions like, what if I have so much of loan, so much of issues, so much of problem, no one loves me, no one respects me, these, that, so many things. What if I am in such kind of an issue, and that's why these suicidal thoughts are coming to me, because I'm not important to anybody. I tell you, it's not true. Some of you, your certain cases, we can handle the cases. You can call us, you can write to us, and we can talk to you about it, and we can handle your cases, and we will know. I tell you, most of the people either love cases or financial problem and so many other problems. I want to say a word to people who are in financial problem. I tell you, life is beautiful when you handle your life wisely. You must be wise in the way you manage your finances and handle things. Some people just outdo things in their life, having loans and this and that without wisdom. So when you don't apply wisdom, you tend to get into a lot of problem, and you may, because of your weak-mindedness, and you may fall into the temptation of committing suicide. Sometimes I've heard family where the father of the home commits suicide. Yes. And what about the woman? She may not be working, she may be a housewife who's taking care of the family, and children who are studying, and everything is just off. The world just goes off for them because of the man who made such a decision because of some loan issues, and it's so difficult for the family. So you really need to think, so you can make a change definitely if you decide to change your life, if you decide and make decision for your life, how to develop yourself to be more stronger and better. So I also, the society wise, when I speak, now it's high time. People from different worlds that I'm speaking to, I'm not talking about different nations, I'm talking about different worlds that operate different systems of this world, as in political, education, media, different worlds, I'm talking to you that it's important from everywhere. We need contribution to make a great change to stop this enemy from killing people. This, because society is creating lot of issues, it's affecting people, the system of this world. So people from different things. For example, I would like to share a small thing, about when we talk about movies and emotions, because we are talking here about the mindset of people to develop a strong mindset. So what do you have to tell about the people, how they develop that kind of emotional mindset? We really need to have emotionally strong mindset. But why do they develop? How does the society contribute? Because I spoke about acquired and influenced mindset. So under this influenced mindset, the people who have acquired some things, gotten influenced by society, So can we explain to them about how the systems contribute? Like when we talk about movies, how they contribute in our emotions.
Now, I would like to interrupt you, Joanna, if you don't mind. First of all, to start with, movies is a very obvious sector. Yeah. Let's start from the sector that is not very obvious. Do you know that education plays a very important role? The system of education plays a very important role in the mindset of the child.
Yes.
There is the present system of education categorizes the student or pupil that they are either brilliant or they are dull students.
Identity is attacked in
immediately.
System. And
So when we talk about movies, honey, when you talk about movies, when you talk about that's
because
very obvious.
That is when a child grows to
That's
a
very
certain
obvious.
certain age,
Yes.
entertainment industry.
So obvious
interests
that
them.
is. Okay, before we go to the obvious one, let's look at the ones that are not obvious. A child drops out of school with a mindset that is not as brilliant as the others. The problem is just that the child has not developed the discipline to go through the system that is created to bring out the success.
Yeah.
It's not that the child is not brilliant. It's not that. Everyone is brilliant, like we said earlier in the first part of the webinar. Everyone is brilliant. So let's look at educational sector, for example. Educational sector plays a very important role. Educational sector say this is success, this is not. This is failure, this is brilliant, this is not.
Yes.
So picture of the child's mind is built from the very tertiary education, primary education.
I remember little children thinking of committing suicide because of losing 1 marks, 2 marks lesser than the other.
Probably because of how they took it in that place.
In this education system of this world, it affects child's mentality of about their identity. It is difficult for a child to grow with so much potentials inside of them because of certain subject, one subject and few marks determine their life and value and their worth of living. It categorizes them, and their mind, they accept it, and they think they cannot, and the rest of their life they live that way.
I remember
future
the
standards,
story of
that's what
that
they
man
got.
who, what was his name again, who got a letter from the teacher saying that your son is very bad, your son is very worse, we cannot please change the school. And the mother read something else. What was that man's name again? Forgotten his name. I remember his name. And the mother read actually opposite of the letter to the son. And the son became a very great man, and he was the inventor
Thomas Alva
of...
Edison.
Yes, and was the inventor of... Is it a light bulb?
Yes.
The light
Yeah.
bulb? The light
Yes.
bulb, okay. And so imagine a school saying that your son is a troublesome person, is not learning in school, and then the mother, thank God for mothers like that mother of that boy, who read the letter opposite to the boy, and the boy took what the mother read, that she said, they said, you're too brilliant, they cannot hold your knowledge. And you are too smart, they cannot control you, you are too much, I should take you to a special school where very brilliant people are there. So he went in that direction. His mentality was framed by that letter that the mother read rightly.
Yes.
Not the way the
way the
teachers
school
and
gave,
the institution
remarked
gave.
Yeah.
And he became an inventor.
So what should we tell even the parents, that are now, parents are patterned to a set,
Society.
My daughter or my son must get 90% of marks, must be first or second, they have their own competition. So parents are pressurizing children and putting children in that kind of, and some parents are even going to abuse their child with words, also discipline. It's overly,
I heard of a man
punishing the child.
in India. I heard of a man teaching mathematics or something to a child, or something, I don't know. And the child wouldn't flow and respond the way the child should. And the man forced an onion
into the mouth. Yeah, we read it in the newspapers.
Into an onion into the mouth of the child. Now, I consider such teachers as devils. The reason being, the life is no value again. The syllabus is more valuable than the life for them. Learn the mathematics principle, otherwise kill the child. That's a devil.
I think we really have to redefine the education system to say to the world that every individual are uniquely designed inside of them with different potentials.
Attendant, let me get my phone. Someone give me my phone. I have to know what these people are saying. I want to know what these people are saying. Yes, please go on.
Yeah, as I was saying that...
You can receive it for me. Oh, so sorry to interrupt you. Yes, you can go on. Go on. I have to know what they are saying. They have to speak. This educational sector has actually done lots of havoc in the mindset and in the in the way the children grow.
Yeah.
Many of them grow in the box.
But I think nowadays education system, they are really considering, and they are bringing this some grade system, and they have removed this ranking and all that. Because of this ranking, people used to commit suicide.
Yes.
Because of the grades and all that. So
More than the ranking, honey, the teachers, they need a reorientation program. Getting a degree in education or masters in education does not make you qualified to handle this complex brain of the children.
there is no education institution, there is no university that teaches how to handle your life. There's none. They teach so many things, how to earn money, make money and things, but you don't know how to earn your own life, but rather you earn money and lose your life. That's
Yes, give some analysis to them and let them see.
worth it. So this education system and now information system. Entertainment industry.
Yes.
My observation of putting our mindset, ideologies into the movies that we make. I'm not offended, and I'm not speaking against any entertainment industry, but I'm telling us to come together to make some changes that we can affect and bring a new generation. We can affect an entire new generation that's coming up, so that they can be strong enough to handle life and situation. And many things are changing all around the world, including the climatic conditions. And the resistance is going down and down and down in all the ways in the life. If you notice and observe, even the climate's resistance is changing.
Yes.
So man's resistance to change is very easy if we continue to go with the flow. Someone have to stand against the flow, and that must be we all coming together, and we have to make a decision. That's why I'm talking to different sect of the world, and I'm talking to entertainment industry right now. So it's not to offend anybody, it's only to help us, because it's our generations are going to be the new generation that's coming up, and they must be strong enough. Otherwise some of our children may make weak decisions, which may not be helpful and painful.
Yes, which the media plays a very important role.
Media plays, because media is very much affected today's world. Children are on internet. Children are they are interested in entertainment easily. Children are attracted, youths are attracted to entertainment industry. Today, why do you think people are so much in, every youth are prone and tempted and are influenced to have someone close to them, a boyfriend or a girlfriend. How do you think it has
reproduction?
The influence has come from entertainment industry. Because in entertainment industry, we see more stories of likewise
love
and the
affairs.
mindset. Yeah. And I also see in this entertainment industry, obviously what our mindset is, that is what we are reproducing there in our creativity, in our story that we write. So if we make little change in our story, if we can make little change in our movies,
that goes against suicide,
and that goes against the weak mindset, it would be very beautiful. I remember someone saying, and we watched one movie where the hero of the movie died of cancer, and how he was so excited, enthusiastic personality, and he was affected with cancer, and it's a movie, it's an old Hindi movie, and how some children were affected by looking at that, and they feel and they like to have that kind of a something bad should happen to their life, and yet they'll be very zealous. People like to reproduce what they see and what they are influenced with.
I have important, wonderful questions. I'm just informing you that it's coming.
So I know movie
some good questions.
Heroes that play certain roles, you are a great influence. And when you influence people, when you influence youth, the children, they are greatly getting influenced. So the stories has to be rightly written, the stories has to be rightly played to bring positive impact on this generation.
Mindset.
We can change the generation if our entertainment industry changes.
If we make some innovation.
It's happening actually. There are people coming out, there are men coming out.
Yes, like I like certain movies that some people are releasing.
there are people coming out and it's really affecting them.
Yes.
I don't
Like I
want
watch-
our generation, the next generation children, to be so timid, weak-minded, not able
the
to
box.
handle life, fear, and all these negative things are diminishing the society, diminishing the minds of people, and it's getting corrupted.
Yes, I saw a movie which I have to speak about. I'll just keep the name for some other very important reasons, broadcasting codes. Now, a movie about a child who was not very normal, sees the letters in a different way, and the teachers all got
Yes,
frustrated by the child. The
No
parent
one
got
was able
frustrated
to
by the
understand
child.
the mindset.
I love such movies
Yes.
like that.
But
we should
people
have.
watch it. They have seminars in the schools.
They play it.
They play it. They tell parents in PTA meetings to observe these things. But I tell you, some of the schools are not applying those kind of things, even though they learn.
They only
go
celebrate
back-
it.
We are going back to
acknowledge
the
it.
old set of rules. So we really have to come up to the new set of rules that we can change. We can really make a lot of changes to affect this and impact
Can
this.
I interrupt you, honey, for a while?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I hope I'm not distorting, because while taking the mobile phone from the attendant, I actually distorted your expression. Okay. Now there's some very important questions here. Will you like to take one or two of the questions, or you would like to
Alright.
finish the thoughts?
It's okay, I can take the question.
Okay. Right here there is a question coming in saying, ma'am, I would like to ask a question. When I was interviewing few people, one person said that I will encourage people who want to commit suicide. What would you tell them? How could a human being say you will encourage someone who wants to commit suicide?
I think you are in a big crisis in your life, because you that person is in a big crisis, and he or she who always thinks of committing suicide, you are very, very much in that situation of failure, breakdown, and that's why you have put yourself there, your mind is there, and that's the kind of counsel you will give to others, and that's the reason you have given the comment to our anti-suicide team that you would encourage someone to commit suicide. It's wrong, and you really
is
need
wrong.
to come out of that. I think our team will help you. First, for you who gave the feedback, our team members will send them, and they will help you, and they will talk to you, that you first of all will come out of
Yes.
that kind of
a
a
tendency.
dilemma in your life.
Yeah, probably frustration,
Yes.
frustration,
Pressures.
depression, pressures, financial hardship.
See, everything in life is very simple. It is what we, man, fixes it. Some society fixes, some family fixes. So for certain things to be certain way, they set it, they put a mark like a rule, do not do, and this is where the problem is, So we have to set a certain thing in our mind, whether it's up or down, I live and I will win.
Yes.
And I can.
Yes.
That is
And
it.
this is in the mind of vegetable vendors. I saw it when our team went out. They came. They said, no matter what it is, stand, face life, go through.
Now the world is facing economic crisis, and it's going to be even more because of the statistics that's going on economically all over the world. So what do you think our company CEOs must do? Should they commit suicide?
No, if they commit
It's a
suicide, what will
question.
happen to employees
Come on.
and everyone, family
That's why
members?
I said world must wake up, and we all from different sector must do something. We must come against it. And I tell you, there's definite answer for everything in every area of life. It's for sure.
There's a very important question here that is given also by, I think, one of our team members says, sir, there are many reasons that leads people to suicide, like abuse and many reasons. For example, we have, for example, there may be someone out there who is sexually abused.
Yeah.
Okay, sexually abused and tortured.
Yes.
Could be a male or a female. And they have this fear in their hearts, and they lived almost all their life in that sexual abuse or any other type of abuse.
Very interesting question.
Yes, any other type. Yes.
Understand. This is not just something that you're facing. This is something that has happened, And if you were sexually abused and it has affected your mind, and the trauma of the condition is very terrible, and the shame that they went through is also very terrible for them to live. So many of them make the drastic decision of committing suicide. I tell you, there are many examples of women, men who even after these things had their mind strong. That's why this strong mind is very important for you
So
to live,
important.
because not just about you. Anything comes on our way in our life that tries to weaken us, when we wake up and stand up and step on it, I tell you, you become answer to many people out there in their life in similar cases of weaknesses. This is
Rightly
how life
said.
must run. This is how life goes on with the creation principle of the creation. It
Well
goes like that.
spoken. Well
it goes
spoken.
like that. It
Honey,
goes that way.
amazing.
So
Amazing. I would like to input a little more. You know, sometimes when we are sexually abused and we are kept under that kind of a condition for a long time, we prefer to die than to be under such fear and torment.
Yeah.
But the only thing I would like to say is, if you die, it is your personal decision, and comes back to your analysis, honey. If you die, it is your personal decision, and you will rob us of your potentials, of your success that you would have manifested. The best way for you to become successful, go through that situation, get help.
yes,
Go through that situation, get help,
Yeah.
and become successful enough that that person will regret
Only thing is,
for doing such an
only thing
act.
is, if you come across such a person, or if you are the person out there who is hearing, or you know someone like that, share with them the video, give them the contact. We are there to help them. Or you who have learned from this, you must help them. This is like an SOS,
Yes.
immediate action.
Yes,
We
yes.
have to. It's an like emergency. We must. What is it that every man needs on the face of this earth? Every human being is wired and is created, and there is a system in us that runs on love.
Yes.
Every man, every woman, every human being needs love.
Which love? Because I spoke about it earlier. Now some people are joining in just now, and they're
Not just
talking about
talking
love.
about the boyfriend or a girlfriend kind of a love that has understanding, caring, things like that, that strengthens someone, comforts someone to stand. You give a hand, you speak words to them that builds their life, you encourage them, you stand with them. Definitely people who have the tendency of suicide are around you. When they are around you, when you speak some good words, encourage them, definitely those words help them. There are many cases speaking one word changed their life. I
Yes.
remember one such case. There was a woman married, had 2 children, and one day there was this suicide case that she wrote a letter, put it across through the door, locked up the door, and she was about to commit suicide. She was standing right there with a sharp knife and also a rope tied there, and she was standing in the room. And because the sheet of paper came out, the mother-in-law picked it up and she saw the note written that I'm good for nothing, I'm not a good wife, I cannot take care of my home. You see, the letter speaks what the family has spoken to her and how it has influenced her to make the decision of what people spoke. So one word is what changed her decision that day. Until today, she lives successfully without having such kind of thoughts. So so when the family took that and they called us for rescue, and we went there and we really had to handle very carefully. So they broke the door and she was in a real shock. And the state of mind, how it will be. It's as though the person is not the person by himself or herself. When we went there, I remember Edmonds Owhorode, my husband, he just spoke one word to the person. He said, "We love you. We love you. We are there for you. We love you. We are there for you. We care for you." As he kept speaking these words, she became so weakened and yet so strengthened from inside, and we could grab that knife from her. But initially, for some few minutes, it was violent, and we had to literally fight over, to stop her from killing herself. And we, slowly, those words kept changing her. I literally saw how words are powerful. It's so powerful. It can build your life. It can break your life. So I literally saw how powerful words were. And that day, those words melt her down in few minutes and changed her decision. And she never makes such a decision until now.
Amazing. I remember as though it was yesterday night.
Yes.
I remember. There's some interesting questions here. And what you just said right now as a married woman, and it's a kind of answer to this particular question that is here. It says some couples are pushed and they are pressured, and they, in order to try to change the spouse, they want to commit suicide. They want to use suicide as a tool to try to change the spouse. So suicide should not be used as a tool.
It's a blackmail.
But first thing, one important statement I want to say, honey, to the viewers out there: marriage is a small part of your life. You cannot, because of marriage, end your entire life, full entire life. It's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah,
marriage is one small, yes, marriage is one small aspect of your life. Many successful people had no wife. Many great people had no wife, had no husband either, however the case may be.
Certain sensitive cases out there, we can give you counsel, because some need comfort, some need healing in their heart. So many things are there. There are various factors actually are responsible. Also, there are certain spiritual factors responsible. So we can give you help in all these aspects. When you contact us for counseling, definitely you will be free of it.
Yes. Now we're getting close to rounding off this webinar. I'm excited.
I was sharing about how human being is wired for love. Can we impute something about on this, that how everyone need each other?
Interesting.
Yeah, everyone need each other.
You see, because someone stepped on your toes doesn't mean that you put them in a black book and you plan to do something bad to them. Because someone did something wrong to you, castigated you, disrespected you, didn't honor you, etc. What is right for us to do, what is right, how for us to respond to such things, I repeat again, is for you to quit yourself, encourage yourself, and take the success challenge. Decide to be successful. Push yourself. Take it, because success is a seed and it's wrapped up in each one of us. So it doesn't matter what someone has done to you. It doesn't matter how they have treated you. You shake it off, press on. The future is brighter than what you have right now, the situation you have right now. I was in a particular situation in my life where I was faced with two very important situations I want to share with you. It would have led me to the tendency of suicide. Now, we speak against suicide, but then no one is exempted, as it is rightly portrayed here in the brochure. Say none is exempted. Even I who speak here, no one is exempted. We have to put the right measures to work, and then we'll be able to overcome such a big enemy of the society. I was left with two important situations in my life. Number one, I was left with loneliness. When people whom you believe in and who believe in you, and they leave you, or for any reason you find yourself lonely, it's a situation that you have to deal with. And all roads and all ways pointed towards taking my life, because when people who love you, they are not there anymore, people who believe in, they are not there anymore, you will be in the situation that nothing seemed to be valuable. When nothing seems to be valuable, you get tempted, like Joanna says, you get tempted to think that taking your life is the only way out. Taking your life is not the way out. When there is life, there is hope. You will overcome that situation. Yeah. In my case, when I was feeling so lonely, my family and loved ones, people who really believed in me and many things, and I had this terrible situation of loneliness. Alone. I was alone. In that time, my purpose saved me. My purpose preserved me. What was my purpose? My purpose is to preach God's love. That's my purpose. And part of my purpose today, I am accomplishing in this non-religious campaign, reaching out to people. So that was my purpose. That purpose kept me. Okay. So what I want to say to many people out there, you may be from any background, Muslim, Hindu, any background, okay? You're welcome. You keep your eyes on your purpose. Your purpose will sustain you. Purpose is the reason why we were all born into this world. We gave birth.
Everyone has.
We were born into this world. So the purpose kept me. Second aspect of my life, I remember it as though it was yesterday, was a time where I was a single man. As at that time, I was so discouraged. I was living with my family member, and so many words were spoken to me. So many things were spoken to me. If you talk about discouragement, I felt discouragement was in human form speaking to me that day. And I decided not to move on anymore. I decided just to be a certain way. And my sister walked up to me. I remember it as though it was yesterday. She walked up to me and she said to me, Edmonds, tough times don't last, but tough men do. Tough men do. So I say to you, same words my sister spoke to me many years ago. Tough times don't last.
Yeah, it changes.
Tough men do. Tough women do.
So
Be
you
tougher than the
become
times.
tougher than your situation.
Yes.
Go beyond the set standards.
Yes.
That is not helping us in the society. So
Yes.
go beyond that in your mind. Be ready for anything, and it's possible you can handle. There's a question here.
There's a question here. When a widow is having difficulty in looking after her children, so much so that she is thinking of ending her life, what would you like to tell her? A widow.
Yeah, because she's alone and it's loneliness. I think this question also is loneliness. If I read it out, we can answer at a time. But
Okay.
since she's a
Okay,
widow,
then you go ahead. You read that
here
together
they
with
say,
it.
when I am lonely, I feel embarrassed. But when I am in the group, also I get a feeling that I'm all alone. How to come out of it? It's loneliness.
Loneliness is very productive when your mind is purposeful. First, I want you to see this. I was lonely, and I said my purpose kept me. Loneliness becomes very productive when you are purposeful. Loneliness cut you away from people who celebrate you, people who speak good about you, people who blow your whistle. So you begin to look at yourself in a very self-scrutinizing manner. You begin to see yourself. Loneliness is a point in our lives where everything becomes calm. We hear only one voice, what we think about ourselves. Loneliness is productive when we use it purposefully. But loneliness is not a permanent condition. It's a temporal condition.
Yeah.
So use it purposefully. Use it to discover your weak points. Use it to discover your failures. Use it to discover what is robbing your success. Use loneliness to discover it, because you need to be silent and alone to discover those things. If your friends keep telling you are the best, you are the best, you are wonderful, you are beautiful, you are this, you are that, they are disturbing you from concentrating alone and discovering yourself through genuine criticisms. When genuine criticisms comes, you pass them through your honest approach of scrutiny, self-scrutiny. You look at it and you see it closely, where you need to change, what you need to do. So loneliness is very productive.
Yes.
For the widow, I would like to say, for the widow, I refer you to get help. First of all, you must have a mentor, or you must have someone who is maybe teaching you or doing something. You get help from. Yes, you get help from that person. Is
Also,
very, very
the same
important.
thing, whatever we spoke in seminar applies to you who's a widow. You have to come out of that depression of losing your loved one, your husband. You have to come out of, being dependent. You have to stand out, and you have to think that you can handle your life, because your life is more than your marriage that was. Yes, it's a valuable thing, and something has happened and you have lost your husband. It does not mean you have lost your life. Your life is there. And if you think of
So
suicide, what
important.
about your children? Should they think of suicide
Already husband is gone.
after you are gone? Should the children think of suicide too? So this chain can never stop. You have to self-encourage yourself and get help also. And life does not end there. There's much more. And you can, if you make up your mind, you can live a good life.
Yes, thank you very much. I have to read one more here. We have a few we have to read because our time is almost up. I have here Sharanya R. And she says, I learned that I have ability to achieve my goal. I learned the true value of my life, and I can feel that I'm worth living. So I can feel.
Feedback?
Yes, that's a feedback.
After the seminar.
Yeah, that's a feedback
It's a
after the
feedback
seminar.
coming after the seminar.
Yes, feedback after
And
the
there's
seminar.
a question here.
Mm.
Please tell me how to stop thinking about suicide because the thought keeps coming.
When you are eating what you like the most, do you think of committing suicide? The answer is no. So why don't you think of the things you like? Suicide will go far and far and far away.
Yes.
Next.
Instead of thinking on the thing that is hurting you.
Yes.
You know, there are certain shocking discoveries that we did, and I think some of you, it can help you because some families where there are addicts, you know, alcohol, smoking, drugs, and bad habits.
Those are
These
organized,
are indirect, organized
planned.
way of committing suicide.
Yes.
Because slowly you are killing yourself.
They're all here. If you write us, we'll give you a free e-copy of this, and we'll send you
It is
this.
slowly self-destroying yourself. You're committing suicide. So, in your family, if someone is there smoking, drinking, taking drugs,
Please
I'm telling
tell
you,
them.
they are on the road to commit suicide
Yes,
because
indirectly.
slowly they are on that. So please,
It's like taking a concentrated poison and make it diluted and drink it every day.
yeah.
It's,
So please help them. In our seminars, in the workshop, I always focus on a point on love. It's very important for us to show love to one another because many things come because of loneliness and all that. They get distracted and they start doing things, you know. So you have to express your love to one another, your sister, your parents, friends, family. You have to be there for one another, show care and understanding. Who is the person in your life that you most admire about, and what is the reason that you admire that person in your life? If you think about it, if you ponder over that, the thoughts that come to you is it because he's very talented, or he's very handsome, or she's very beautiful? Is it only because of that?
could be all of the above.
Or everything that they have inside, is it because of that you are so admiring that person, or is it because the person loves you, the person cares for you, the person understands you, and the person stands with you in the time of your need? And I know your answer would be the second one, because in most of our seminars, this analytic question, when I ask most of the students, they say that they admire the person is not because of talents, or is not because of their intelligence or smartness or
but
their beauty. It's because they love them, they stand by them, and they understand them.
Correct.
So it's important. Everyone needs
love factor.
someone.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. I'm reading this one here, a feedback to bring out the potential, what she wants to do, the things she wants to do. Now, you're watching out there. It will be good if you write to us what you've decided to do, just like a feedback as we're reading these ones here. I have decided to bring out my potential, which is within me, and show people that even I can make it. Whatever happens, I will never take a wrong decision in my life, and will try to come out of it. I will try again and again and again. I will keep on trying. Wow.
Here there's a question.
This is Mohan.
If failure comes, I want to commit suicide. When my mother scolds me, I feel like committing suicide. 2 times I have committed suicide. I believe you did not, because you are alive when you wrote this.
I have attempted. Yes.
Says, when my mother scolds me, I feel like committing suicide. This has been a repeated question in all the seminars wherever we go in different colleges, and we answer this question. You know, young people, can be even old people or whoever who are hearing, you know, scolding and correction are very different, especially to young people. You must understand the meaning of what is scolding and what is correction. Your parents must be correcting you for something, and you define it in your understanding as scolding, and you put yourself to unnecessary thinking and say, my mother doesn't love me, my mother doesn't like me to dress the way I want, she doesn't want me to eat the way I want, she doesn't want me to watch television, she doesn't like me if I play, she doesn't like my friends, she doesn't like me going out to movies, and so on and on and on. And you put yourself to unnecessary depression, and you think your mom is scolding you, and you accept this thought of committing suicide. It's foolishness, dear. Please understand why your parents are correcting you. Your parents are not scolding you. Your parents are correcting you for your own good, because they know what it is in life for you to discipline yourself to do certain things a certain way that they tell you to do, because they are responsible over your life and they are correcting you so that you can handle your life better. So you have time for everything. You have time to play, you have time to study, you have time to eat, you have time for entertainment. So I know mostly students, I know there's so many distractions for you with so many things, and that's the reason your parents bring in correction and you think it is scolding. Yes, there are certain parents that are truly abusive with their children, and those parents,
They also need seminar.
they also need a seminar and counseling, because as we discussed earlier on, parents set a target for their children and parents want the children to do what they want. Parents want the daughter to study, become a doctor, they force the doctor on the child, and it's not right, because every child is unique and they have unique purpose in them and they have unique interests, unique talents are embedded in them. So we have to bring it out, bring the best, encourage them, and your relationship with your children will be
We just have 15 minutes more. Now I'll try to read a few of these. It's just so amazing. I have Kalpana A, and here he or she, I'm not sure, says this: not to give up. I have learned not to give up, and I will not give up if there is failure.
Amen.
Because failure is the first step for our success. You know, encourage those who are in failure in life and make them to become successful person. Thank you, Kalpana. And it says, one idea I want to do, don't bother for others' opinion. Thank you. What you are, do what you like, but make sure the thing what you are going to do should be correct and good for you and also for people who are around you. Excellent, wonderful. Kalpana, thank you.
There is a question here from Vinarasi, and she asks how to control our emotions and be stable, and how to be polite, because I think she gets angry always and thinks of negative things. How to control our emotions?
First of all, you said set.
Yes, strong mind.
Setting your mind, okay? I would say to our friend there, set your mind, practice it. Many things, when I was a little boy, many things I wrote it in my hands so that I don't forget. You can help yourself with those things. You practice positive thinking, practice seeing life a different way. When people do things that irritate you, learn to use the formula of responding and not reacting.
Yeah.
Okay, I will read this so I have less time. My dear friend, I will not be able to speak more. I have less time. I have less than 15 minutes.
Okay, one last question is there.
Okay.
How to choose right friends? Because in your seminar we spoke about the right friends.
There are friends that influence you the wrong way, and there are friends that influence you the right way. Friends that influence you to do calculated suicide, they are not good friends. Yeah, for example, taking of drugs, etc. It's a calculated suicide.
Also who discourage you always.
Friends that speak about your legs and your nose, and then that you are
Say
not
you're
looking
not
well
beautiful.
and your color is like this. These are not good friends. They can say, I'm only being frank, I'm only being direct. You can keep, you see, everyone has shit, but you don't bring it right in front of someone's nose, right?
Yeah.
So if you are seeing or smelling shit, doesn't mean you're going to put it on my face. So you should choose your friends that lift you, friends that encourage you, friends that inspire you to be successful in life and to achieve great causes.
Yeah.
That's how to choose
There's
your friends.
a serious question here. It said
The name of the person?
Pragati. So ask, how can we forget the word suicide? Because people talk rubbish about me, they have rumors about me. How can I stop that? If they keep talking, I feel like killing myself.
This
Please
must be a
help me.
girl.
Please help
This
me.
must be a
It is
girl. Okay. Now,
She's a
female. Now, females are created in a way that I wish I could. I wanted to bring out my new campaign, Common Sexuality Campaign, where I want to help affect the minds of people in the area of sexual attraction. Okay, to reduce rape cases by affecting the mindset of the people. Now, I said this to connect to this, that females are created in a way they're very detailed, they're created in a way they're very emotional people. The feedback I read now say, I do not bother about other people's opinion. Kalpana A. This must be a female, right?
Yes.
Kalpana.
Yes, it's
Kalpana A. Now here is another female, don't care about what people say, and that's one female or lady or lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a
a girl who is caring about what people say.
Yes.
We should be in the right
Yeah.
place. Okay, you should be in the right place. What people say about you, you shouldn't put it in your mind and think about that. If you know what they are saying about you is a fact, you have to change. You have to change. Okay, you don't have to just put it as frustration or scolding and feel irritated to take yourself to kill yourself. So if you're standing with a boy outside late at night and you're with your friends and you people are not doing anything bad, but other adults are seeing you standing with different boys here and there, and they will go and start speaking all
Yes.
sorts of things about you.
Yes.
Nothing
just happens without a cause.
I do know you may be a very good person, you may be someone who's not doing all such kind of a thing, but you standing with a boy late in the night, or always coming from your college with a boy, or going on the bike with any boy, you are setting yourself up for nice romantic stories that people will speak about you. And so don't feel frustrated, correct your ways. If you are not doing such things and they are cooking stories about such things, care less about it.
Here's a question. Here's an important question. She says she likes to help people who are in that, and she knows that they have suicidal tendency. So she said, what if people say it's none of your business when she goes to try to console them or try to help them?
That's very striking, Tom.
They don't want to open up and they say it's none of it because they're already in their own mind mood and they don't like to talk to anyone. So she said, how can we get into them and to talk to them?
Very easy. Try to change the focus of discussion. Try to change the focus of discussion to something that is a little more productive. Something, if you know the person, something the person likes, is try to talk about that. Try to talk about that. When the mind is shifted, okay, you can now try to help that person in this suicidal tendency. Because here he says it's not your business. Go away. And now it kind of put a clip on your lips as though you cannot speak anymore. But only thing I'm telling you right now, try to change their attention. There's something I did not have time to say during my session. There is a code word that I always say: you question, you suggest, and you refer. When you question them what they're going through. When someone say it's not yours to know, it's not your mind to know, why don't you tell them to tell you about what they're going through? And try to share with them how you also, if you had gone through, okay, how you also went through it, and then they'll feel comfortable to share with you because they begin to see that your experience is measuring up with their experience.
That's why we tell people to care about someone that is close to you, because they would not open up to anybody. They open up to your closed ones, so you must remember and attend to them.
Yes, and if you're someone who's always bullying people, now you want to care, it's very difficult because now they look at your care as a secret way of you coming to bully them. Now I have one or two here that I would like to read. Carol Rebecca, I am born for a purpose. She learned that I am born for a purpose. Wow. And I will fulfill it. To take up failure as a what she learned during our campaign.
Yes.
To take up failure as a bridge and lead my life to success by building the bridge of success. Now here it says, what will you like to implement? She says, I would like to implement everyone on the face of the earth has a purpose to live, never to give up. She would never give up. Thank you, Carol Rebecca.
There is the thing that she learned from the seminar is Saida Fatima. She says that one decision could break, or one decision can make your life, so you can discover yourself. So
Wow.
she says that she want to discover herself, so she makes the right decision.
Wow. Wow. You're watching right now, you make a decision. You make a decision. To fill myself with positive attitude. Shantia T. To fill myself with positive attitude. What's up there?
I have no wealth to give to graveyard. From
Oh,
Deepa.
so I wish I can clap for you. Papers are in my hands. Thank you.
Never
Thank
giving
you.
up to anything, because I can grow again, and as I was before, I can't. I can't
That's
grow.
amazing. That's amazing. We have just about 5 minutes
I
to go.
will, Nilofer, I will never give up and be a successful prisoner in my life.
Oh, I mean, amazing feedbacks. I mean, we cannot just rush these things. Okay, I want to read Jyoti MS. She said, 2 things I learned today. Number 1, I am a valuable asset for tomorrow, for which the world's going to know my value higher because of my potential. Number 2, today's failure for me will not downgrade me, but actually make me move a step ahead to my success. Jyoti, you are
Okay.
just amazing.
There is a Muslim girl here who has said that she's a Muslim girl, and she says in her society they don't allow her, they don't accept her to come out to open up to these things. So how can we do this? Because she says, I tried to come out of these things, but the society didn't let me. So what we have to do?
First of all, the things that we're sharing here in this webinar, the things we're sharing in our seminars, the things we're going all around the world sharing,
You have to
there are
self-
things that takes you out
self-encourage.
from the box. So whatever you have heard, if you take it, they will take you out of the box. They will take you out of the box. Whatever you have heard, they take it. I stress on accepting what you have heard. Accept it and see yourself in the words that we have shared with you, the truths and the facts we have shared with you. That's the only answer I have now. My time is up. We have 4 minutes to go. Now, I have here Shifa Nisar. I think it's connected to that person. Shifa Nisar. Okay. He says, every living thing, 2 things I learned in the seminar, sir, when you came. Every living thing is intelligent and valuable, which also includes me. I like that. Number 2, never lose hope. Never lose hope. I and plants and animals can move on. Then why can't I? If plants and animals can move on, then why can't I? Then he said, one idea I wish to implement is, whatever situation, I learned never to give up, because I am the house of tomorrow and I am special and valuable. I like this.
Yeah, here Juliet Priscilla, she says, first believing in ourselves, we get motivated.
That's amazing. Now I can go on. I can go on and on and on.
Thousands of feedbacks.
Yes,
Thousands
we have.
of students'
Yes,
decision
yes.
not to commit suicide.
Yes, we have other webinar which we can use to discuss about this, but I just want to close with this. Thank you for being part of this webinar. Share it. Invite your friends to watch it. You may just save someone from committing suicide. And if you would like to have this updated, loaded, it is loaded, updated brochure. With this brochure, 2 things. You know how to invite us anywhere to give free seminars to the people and to college students, schools, pupils, any level, to give the Antisuicide and Success campaign to them. And also you, now get ready for this point, you will be able to host a seminar if you have this brochure. You'll be able to host a seminar by yourself. So we're very happy to share that with you. We're very happy to share that with you.
Also, also, if anybody want to contribute into this organization so that we can print more of this, or if you want to place order to print so that you can share with your contacts, you can place order or call or give a contribution or donation so that we can print this more, and this has much information of the whole seminar.
Amazing.
Inside. If anyone gets hold of it, definitely some information in this will definitely save a life.
Yes, well said. Thank you. Further on, you can also sponsor t-shirts, printings, whatever you want to do, you can sponsor it. We can't thank you enough for sticking around and coming through this webinar from the beginning to the end. Share it. We will close with a few feedbacks that our wonderful team got from the streets, vendors, vegetable vendors and sellers and traders on the street. We will leave you now and we will come back to you in our next webinar. If you've not followed our page, Antisuicide and Success Campaign on Facebook, please follow the page and also click notification. Whenever we're online, you'll be able to participate. Secondly, YouTube channel. The YouTube channel also Antisuicide Success Campaign. You follow that, also subscribe to it. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for
Antisuicide and
yes.
song to sing for them.
Oh, thank you. You know, in the seminar, live seminar, we sing a song. My honey said we have an anthem.
Seminar, very interesting.
Yes.
We have interaction and so many things.
Oh, that's interesting. That's good. This one is there's interaction. Some people just seem to be keeping quiet and watching and just keeping quiet and enjoying. That's okay. But you can share with those also who'll be able to ask questions. Okay, let's sing the song as we go. And do not go away. We have to play for you the feedbacks, the feedbacks that was taken by our team members. What was that song, that anthem we normally sing? Thank you. I need you. You need me. We all are part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me, we all are part of one body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me, I need you to survive. I pray for you, you pray for me. I love you, I need you to survive. And I pray for you, and you pray for me. I love you, I need you to survive. Thank you. See you soon in our next webinar.
Covered. They could have just waited a few seconds, that time to pass. It's just a passing cloud. The moment that time has passed, nothing will affect them. They should have waited. Whatever it is, they should have discussed with others. They should have shared. Then all such tendency wouldn't have come at all. Someone they trust, they should have intimated.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So what is your advice to the people who want to commit suicide, who are thinking that right now I'm going to finish my life?
That's it. Such people who, at least, if not, they may not come across anyone close to them, they come to know of such things, they can easily avoid such suicide. We may not know what is happening within oneself, but the near and dear ones, close in the family or friend circle, someone, if they get any clue like this, we can easily come across this. We can get rid of it once for all.
So you mean, ma'am, they should tell at least
Yes,
one person?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Okay, sir, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರೇನು, ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಬಾಬು ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಬಂದು ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ತಪ್ಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ?
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರ ಇದನ್ನ ಅವರೇ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಆ ತರ ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ತಿರೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಣನ ನಾವೇ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ತಪ್ಪಲ್ಲ. ದೇವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
வெல்கம்.
வணக்கங்க சார், உங்களை நீங்க அறிமுகப்படுத்திக்கங்க.
என் பேர் அப்துல் ரஹ்மான், வெங்காய பூண்டு உருளைக்கிழங்கு விற்கிறது.
ஓகே சார். சரி, இப்போ நிறைய பேர் தற்கொலை பண்ணின்னு சாவுறாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு நீங்க என்ன சொல்லணும்னு விரும்புறீங்க? ஒரு சில பேருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி தோணுது, அவங்களுக்கு என்ன சொல்லணும்னு விரும்புறீங்க?
அவங்க ஆண்டவரை ப்ரேயர் பண்ணணும், அவங்க நல்லதாக பார்த்துக்கணும், சாவக்கூடாது. ஆண்டவரை ப்ரேயர் பண்ணி ஆண்டவர் சர்ச்சில் போய் கஷ்டம் சுகம்லாம் சர்ச்சில் சொல்லணும்.
ஓகே சார். இப்போ நிறைய பேருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி தோணுது இல்லையா, அது எதனால நீங்க என்ன
அது பண்றது தப்பு. அது ஆண்டவர் புண்ணியத்தில் ஆண்டவர் ஜீசஸ் சொல்லி ஆண்டவர் ப்ரேயர் பண்ணி நல்லா இருக்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஜனங்கள் நல்லா, மக்கள் நல்லா இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு ப்ரேயர் பண்ணி நம்ம வேண்டணும்.
ஓகே சார், ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் சார், ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ்.
தற்கொலை தயவுட்டு தற்கொலை பண்ண போகாதீங்க, ஏன்னா கஷ்டம் சுகாதாரம் ஏசா பாக்கத்தை வந்து சொல்லுங்க, ஜீசஸ் உங்களுக்கு ஆமீன் பண்ண வைக்குவார்.
தேங்க்யூ சார், தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச். Afternoon ma'am, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi ma, I'm Manujakshi Daivadnya, working as a pharmacist.
Okay, so ma'am, what would you like to tell to people, those who commit suicide and who have the tendency of suicide?
That people shouldn't attempt for suicide, or they should not think it is the final stage or final decision to take it. They should survive and struggle and fight for the whatever the problems that comes against them.
Okay, thank you very much ma'am, thank you very much for your...
When somebody commits a suicide, he does not just take his own life, he takes the life out of his whole family too. I have seen this, I have experienced such grief. Back in college, my best friend took his life. I had no idea. I could never imagine that he was capable to even think of doing such thing. I was devastated. I remember how his father reacted when he came to see his boy. I remember how he cried. I could see the amount of grief which he was going through, and I wish no father or mother has to go through such grief. I think if we are just a little bit more aware of the people around us, we can stop a lot of people from doing suicide. If we all work together, we can stop suicide.
Good afternoon ma'am, உங்களை நீங்க அறிமுகப்படுத்திக்கங்க.
என் பேர் விமலா, ஐ எம் ஒர்க்கிங் as a ஆஃபீஸ் இன்சார்ஜ்.
ஓகே மேம். மேம், இப்போ நிறைய பேர் வந்து தற்கொலை பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க, ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் என்ன சொல்லணும்னு விரும்புகிறீங்க?
அது தப்புன்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். நம்ம அந்த தற்கொலை படிக்கிற முயற்சியெல்லாம் நம்ம தடுக்கணும், அவங்கள கன்வின்ஸ் பண்ணணும். அவங்க என்ன ரீசனுக்காக தற்கொலை பண்ணிக்கிறாங்களோ அது என்னான்னு தெரிஞ்சு அவங்களுக்கு நம்ம சப்போர்ட் பண்ணி, அது தப்புன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்களுக்கு நம்ம சப்போர்ட் பண்ணி, அது மாதிரி தவறுக்கெல்லாம் நம்ம இடம் கொடுக்காது அவங்கள காப்பாற்றணும். நம்ம சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கிறத எப்படின்னா நிறுத்தணும்.
Okay ma'am, thank you very much. Good evening ma'am, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Leela. I'm a radiologist working at General Hospital Kayatpuram. As you know, the suicides are occurring very quite often nowadays. We would like to say that it's not a big deal, and we have to stop the suicide. We should know that life is so precious. It's a God-given gift, and God has chosen us for this world. When you are born on this earth, we have to serve the people to the extent possible. And problems are not so problematic as you think, and it's there in everybody's life, not only the particular person, particular man or anyone. Like, we have a brain and think about the problems and tackle the problems, and because this problem is given by the God, and the intelligence is also given by the God to tackle the problem. We have enough time, energy, and there is also intelligence to tackle this problem. Try to solve the problem as early as possible and in a good way. And life is should not be wasted by suicide. So that we can stop the suicide by encouraging the people to, encouraging the persons to tackle the problems and increasing their intelligence in the field.
Thank you very much ma'am. Good evening ma'am, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, My name is Shakila. I am working in Government General Hospital as a senior pharmacist.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what did you like to tell to people, those who commit suicide and who have the suicidal tendency? And there are many people in the world, they think, this is my life, that's all. I want to finish my life. What would you like to tell to them?
உயிரின்றது கடவுளால் கொடுக்கப்பட்டது. அது யாரும் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு உரிமை இல்லை. ரெண்டாவது உயிரின்றது எவ்வளோ பேருக்கு தேவையானது, எவ்வளோ பேர் ஐசியூ அது இதுன்னு எவ்வளவுலாம் பே பண்ணுறாங்க. ஆனால் உயிரின்றது ஒரு நிமிஷமான விஷயம். ஒன்ஸ் அது போயிடுச்சுன்னா அது மறுபடியும் நம்மளால் திரும்ப பெற முடியாது. அது மாதிரி ஒரு அதிசயமான அற்புதமான ஒரு வாழ்க்கையை முடிச்சுக்கக்கூடாது. அதை ஃபேஸ் பண்ணோம். உலகத்தில் என்ன கஷ்டம் இருந்தாலும் சரி ஓவர் கம் பண்ணோம். ரெண்டாவது உயிர் போயிட்டு எதையும் சாதிக்கிறது கிடையாது. உயிரோடு இருந்து சாதனை பண்ணணும். அதுதான் போனஸ்.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Could you please introduce yourself?
ನಾನು ಜಿ ಶಾಂತಕುಮಾರಿ ಅಂತ.
Okay.
ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರ್ಪುರಂ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್.
ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಇವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಫರೇ. ಫಸ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನಿಂದನೇ ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕಿದರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಥರನೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಫೇಟ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಥರ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೂಸೈಡ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ನಿಮಿತ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಏಜಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಸುಮಾರು ಕೇಸಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ.
தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச் மேடம். வணக்கங்கம்மா, உங்களை நீங்கள் அறிமுகப்படுத்திக்கங்க.
வணக்கம்மா, நான் என் பேர்
சிவகாமி. சரிம்மா, இங்கே எத்தனை பேரும் சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க, தற்கொலை பண்ணி சாகுறாங்க, உங்களுக்கு என்ன சொல்லணும்னு விரும்புறீங்க?
இதெல்லாம் திமிரு தான். நம்ம அதே ஒருத்தர் ஒரு தப்பு பண்ணாலும் அதே நினச்சின்னு இருக்கக்கூடாது. நம்ம அந்த தப்புல இருந்து மீண்டு வரணும். அதே நினச்சின்னு இருந்தோம்னா நம்ம வாழ்க்கை தான் போயிடும். நம்ம அந்த வாழ்க்கையில் அவங்களுக்கு எதிராக நம்ம வாழ்ந்து காட்டணும். அப்படிதான் யோசனை பண்ணும்போது சாவணுன்ற முடிவு எடுக்கவே கூடாது என்னைக்குமே. நான் சாவணும்னா எத்தனையாட்டி செத்துருக்கணும். ஏன் தெரியுமா, 3 பசங்க இருக்காங்க, அதுக்குன்னே நான் உயிர் வாழ்கிறேன். அது சாவணும்னா எப்பயே செத்துருக்கணும். இதுக்கு மேலிட்டு நம்ம அவங்க தப்பு பண்ணாங்க, அவங்க இது பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு நம்ம சாகக்கூடாது. நம்ம முயற்சி நம்ம வாழ்ந்து காட்டணும்.
நீங்கள் காய் வியாபாரம் பண்ணுறீங்களா?
கீரை வியாபாரம்.
அப்படிங்களா? ரொம்ப ಸಂತೋಷಮ್ಮ, ரொம்ப ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್. ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಯಾರಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು POP ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇರೋದೇ 3 ಕಾರಣ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದು ಲವ್ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಟಡೀಸು. ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಲವ್ ಅಂದರೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂದರೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತು ಫ್ಯಾಮ್ಲಿದಲ್ಲೂ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಆದರೂ ಒಂದ್ಕಿತ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು ಹೆಸರು ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ದಾವಿದ್ ಅಂತ, ನನ್ನ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು. ನಾವು ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಒಂದೇ ಕಾರಣ ಹೇಳೋದು, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಾಯೋ ಆಸೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಇನ್ನೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಸಾಯ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. ಹಂಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಾದರೆ ಸಾಯೋರ್ನ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೂ ಕಾಪಾಡಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಜೀವನ ಕೊಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದು ಬಡವ್ರಿಗೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ತುಂಬ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಸರ್.
ஒரு பேமெண்ட் ரிட்டையர்டு எம்ப்ளாயி கம்பெனி ஆகிடுற சூசைடுன்றது ரொம்ப தவறான ஒரு விஷயம். என்னென்ன கஷ்டம் இருந்தாலும் கஷ்டப்பட்டு ஒழுங்காக எது கிடைக்குதோ அதோடு வாழ்ந்து அதோடு நேச்சுரலாக சாப்பிட்றது தான் வாழ்க்கை. அதே மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக கஷ்டப்பட்டுக்கிட்டு கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக முன்னேறிக்கிட்டு நம்ம வாழ்கிறது தான் வாழ்க்கை. இதில் தோற்றுடுவதுக்கு சான்ஸே கிடையாது. நம்ம மன பிராந்தி தான் நம்ம தோற்றுருவான்றது சூசைடு. அது தேவையில்லை இந்த வாழ்க்கைக்கு. அந்த மாதிரி செய்யறதுக்கு நமக்கு உரிமையும் கிடையாது. நம்ம உயிர் யார்கிட்டையும் வாங்கிட்டு வரல, நம்மளே எடுத்து கொடுத்துட்றதுக்கு. அதனால சூசைடு வெரி பேட், ரொம்ப தப்பான ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சி, ரொம்ப பாவமான நிகழ்ச்சி.
Hi friends, I am Surya. நான் வந்து கேஜிஎஃப்லேருந்து பேசுகிறேன். நான் ஒரு டிப்ளமா படிச்சுன்னு ஒரு நார்மல் ஸ்டூடெண்ட். சூசைட் பண்ணது வந்து ரொம்ப பெரிய தப்பு. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச மட்டும் சூசைட் பண்ணதால நம்மளுக்கு எந்த யூஸும் கிடையாது. அதை விட்டுட்டு நம்ம லைஃப்பை இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணதில் கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் பண்ணோன்னா நம்ம நல்லா லிவ் பண்ணலாம். எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச மாதிரி சூசைட் பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா வேஸ்ட் ஃபெலோஸ், யூஸ்லெஸ், அவங்க தான் சூசைட் பண்ணுவாங்க. இதுதான் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு ஃபுல் தாட். தேங்க்யூ.